With regard to our H-1B investigation, I am so excited to share what we are uncovering. In the meantime, keep the tips coming. And I say this knowing that I guess I'm a glutton for punishing myself and never having any free time because it's another full-time job just going through all of these emails. But email us if you have any tips. saratips@blazemedia.com. Guys, I love you, but please just keep them to actual tips and not just thanks, great job. I am drowning in these tips and I want to make sure that I don't miss actual tips, but we have been finding some very curious information. We've got one video in edit that we're just waiting to get done and release, and we'll get it out to you guys as soon as we can. But with regard to this subject, it's something that obviously everyone is concerned about, everyone is talking about, and I don't want to leave it alone. And so one of the arguments that you often hear about getting rid of H-1B visas is that it allows companies to import cheap labor. Now, on the surface, that's not supposed to be the case, right? The system is supposed to only bring people who the employer can agree would pay a prevailing wage. And so the prevailing wage would be the minimum that a foreign worker can be paid. It's set by the Department of Labor. Now, I will say, number one, I don't believe there's a mechanism to double check that pay is happening, which is where all of the fraud is taking place most of the time. But it turns out those protections, even with those protections set as they are not nearly good enough because it hasn't kept up with the job market. And the foreign worker rate is still under what American workers usually get. And this is not according to Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. This is according to a new working paper from the Harvard professor of economics. So don't take my word for it. Take Harvard's word for it. The H-1B wage gap, visa fees, and employer demand. So on average, H-1B workers earn 16% less than comparable natives. H-1B workers earn significantly less than U.S. workers, about 16% less than Americans, and in dollar terms, roughly $25,000 to $30,000 per year on average. Now, employers capture large payroll savings over a 6-year visa term. So the $100,000 visa fee that President Trump enacted, that was the whole argument, right? Is $100,000. That's going to prevent all of these low-paying jobs, all of these. It's going to slow everything down. That's actually, according to this, not going to slow down companies because after 4 years, they've made their money back. So the companies are the ones who are investing in this, and they're going to make their money back because they're still paying less for these people to come in because they're still making less than the American worker. So is this actually incentivizing these employers to not go for the H-1B? This study says no. Harvard says no. The study even says that the fee could go way up without slowing them down. They said that the revenue maximizing fee is between $118,000 and $264,000. That has little or no impact on the number of H-1Bs hired. That is incredible. Incredible how they have figured out how to game the system. How all of these, Amazons and Microsofts and Verizons and these big giant companies of the world who are just worried about their bottom dollar, they're only worried about the profit. They don't live in your neighborhoods. They don't see how this is affecting the average American, the average Texan, in my case. They don't actually, they're all of those CEOs are all in gated communities. And the managers that are doing this are just bringing over their buddies, and typically they're getting a cut of that as well. So the only way to solve this problem in its entirety, to solve the system from being gamed by these employers, and of course by the people who are coming over here knowing that the system is being exploited, but they don't actually care because they're just desperate to be here. The only way to solve this problem is not to implement the fee anymore. The fee isn't going to deter these employers. As Harvard just points out, they're already making the jobs cheaper. They're already making their money back. The only way is to stop the visa altogether. I understand the intention. I understand the point at the inception of the idea, but it's enough. It's already been proven to be taken advantage of, to be exploited. And it turns out we don't need any more software engineers. We don't need any more, like there's, what have I seen? A chef, food service worker. I kid you not. Like the job titles of these, we don't actually need to import any. We've got enough right here. So let's just cut the whole thing off. We don't need it anymore. Now, you'll hear complaints from the left about it. It's actually like already begun. They've started like wheeling out all of their talking points on H-1Bs and like, because again, the system is supposed to be for the best and the brightest. It's supposed to be for the best and the brightest. And it's like, oh no, we won't. What about the doctors? What about the doctors? There was an opinion piece from the Washington Post before they fired all of their staff, which couldn't happen to a more deserving group of people. Texas freezes out good doctors because they paused H-1B visa hiring for public universities, and that hurts United States patients. Oh no. So you're telling me that everyone from, everyone from, I don't know, Canada and all of these other places, whenever they have the UK, whenever they have something bad happen to them medically, they want to get to which country? Oh, the United States. Why? Because we're like the leading healthcare system in the entire world. We have the greatest healthcare technology in the entire world. And somehow the country who produces the best healthcare system and the cutting edge medical technology in the entire world can't find the best doctors. We can't train anyone. We don't have anyone going through medical school here that we can actually just keep training to be the best and the brightest. No, we have to import them. From where? Yeah, I guess India. It's like, first, if they can afford to pay doctors $500,000, they can afford the visa fees. Second, there are other visa options available for doctors that don't include the H-1B. Because again, I mean, my argument would be, I could make the argument for just stopping a total moratorium on all immigration. I could make that argument. But I'll just play the game, okay? I won't make the argument for stopping all immigration. I will just at this time make the argument, because that's a much longer conversation. This argument is doctors can already come over on several other different types of visas. It doesn't have to be the H-1B. But also, on top of that, let me just give you this. Before you start saying, but we got to have an Indian doctor because they're the best and the brightest, they're way smarter than us. Actually, they're defrauding the system in their home countries. There was this is terrifying, massive India-wide fake degree scam cracked, over 100,000 certificates seized. And so as it turns out, back in December, the police in Kerala, India, arrested 11 people who issued over 100,000 fake university degrees in medicine, nursing, and engineering. So just know, if you're going to that Indian doctor, they might not know their shit at all. They might have actually just paid for a fake degree in medicine, a fake degree in nursing, and hey, you know what? You can go get your well check. I'm going to pass. I'm going to find me a good old fashioned American doctor, and I'm going to pass on the importation of the doctors because now you don't even know if they have a real degree. By the way, this is not limited to just those particular areas and industries. All of the tips that we have coming in, there are so many of them that are like, let me tell you about this place. They have a fake, accreditation scam. They've got fake schools. They've got fake degrees. They are coming over here committing fraud. So now the question is, how many of these people are here with fake degrees who already have established medical practices, who are currently here right now, who have no idea what the they're doing? That's what I would like to find out. USCIS apparently is asleep at the wheel. Is any federal entity, is any organization, is any association going to actually look into this? It's rather alarming to me. Am I being dramatic? It's rather alarming to me that we're importing people who have just faked medical degrees. That's kind of a bad idea, I would just say. Maybe I just have high standards. You guys let me know in the comments. All right. Want to make sure that if you guys have not yet subscribed, you can subscribe to Blaze TV. Support us over at the blazetv.com/Sarah. You can use promo code Sara and save $20. That is blazetv.com/Sara. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.